Hey everybody, it's your bestest buddy Oodle here. Just wanted to ask you all to follow and like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff, on Instagram and wherever else you feel you want to. What else was there? Oh god, they're gonna kill me if I forget to say everything. Oh, yeah, have a good day everybody and enjoy the show. Was that really what I was struggling with? Damn. Let's see here. Today's topic is Star Fox. Oh boy, yes. Oh no you don't. You just want to talk shit about Slippy. I won't allow it. Calm down, Oodle. I'm not gonna do a barrel roll, bitch. Damn it, Oodle. Jesus, Oodle, what the hell? I heard that tone in your voice. You just wanted to talk shit about Slippy. No, I wasn't. I was just going to express my excitement for today's episode. I call bullshit on that. Everyone hates Slippy because they're so blind to his greatness. He's a brilliant inventor, skilled pilot, and he has the voice of an angel. Okay, Oodle, just calm down. Why are you getting so defensive over Slippy? Because he's misunderstood, just like Howard the Duck. And you know how I feel about Howard the Duck. Yes, Oodle, I think we all know how you feel about Howard the Duck. It's just not fair. Everyone's always propping up guys like Falco because he's so cool, when he's just an arrogant jerk. He always talks down to everyone and thinks he's such a hotshot when he wouldn't even have a jet to fly in the first place if it weren't for Slippy's engineering genius. That's just the nature of the characters, Oodle. There's no need to get so defensive about it, especially to the point where you flip my damn chair. Sorry, I'll work on that. See that you do. Now, as you can all tell by now, today's topic is the Star Fox franchise, the story of the elite anthropomorphic mercenary group that defends the Lylat system from the evil Andross is one of the most iconic franchises of all time. We also realize that we'll be dipping into future reminiscing series here, so we'll try not to get too redundant going forward. Indeed. So, let's begin with the beginning, the creation of the franchise. Yes, in the beginning, there was Slippy. Being the only animal person in existence, he one day would become lonely and create a mighty machine that would create all the animal people in the Lylat. Seriously. What? I was just having a little fun with the mythos is all. Oodle, we have a lot of stuff to cover, and your unhealthy hero worship of Slippy isn't helping. Oh, okay. I'll find something else to unhealthily worship. Oodle, that's not what So, how'd this thing get started, Bosh? Ah, shit. Yeah. So, to sum it up best I can, Star Fox started off under the codename NES Glider, which was inspired by an 8-bit game called Star Glider. Oh, I love code names. They're so cool. Can I have a code name, Bosh? Sure. How about we code name you Shut Up and Let Me Finish This? Well, that was uncalled for. I'm still pissed about the chair flip. Fair enough. Continue. Did you seriously just grant me permission to... I said continue. As I was saying, it basically got to the point where the hardware for the SNES wasn't going to be good enough without a little extra something. And that extra came in the form of the Super FX chip. Yes, the Super FX chip allowed the SNES to process the more complex math that was necessary for the processing of the 3D shapes that would eventually make the game. Yep, they had a few different ideas like a tank game and some free roaming game, but Shigeru Miyamoto-san shot them all down. Yes, Miyamoto-san. The shit you interrupt me with. So, Miyamoto thought that, show some respect, you heathen. Miyamoto-san, thank you, decided on a rail shooter that was also a flying game. After the game was mostly complete, Miyamoto-san would get to work on bringing personality and lore to the game. That's right, Miyamoto-san wasn't about boring old humans or superheroes and stuff, so he went with animals, the first of which being a fox, just like the ones at the shrine he would frequently visit. Yes, Miyamoto-san would take this idea for animal-based characters to his designer, Takaya Imamura, who would add the characters that would eventually become Falco and Peppy. As for... Don't you say his name! I see where this is going. Fine. Oodle, you talk about him. As it's told by Miyamoto-san, there was a staff member at Nintendo that used a toad as his personal mascot in his work. The mascot was adopted and would eventually be used for Slippy Toad, the greatest member of Team Star Fox. Oh, I bet he was a true man's man. Sure wish I could meet that Adonis of a man. You done? I think you know the answer to that, but I'll go ahead and let you go on. Yes, let you. The hell is wrong with you today? Not sure, actually. I've been having weird dreams lately. A strange old man laughing at me from the darkness, a long-fingered and bony hand reaching out from the shadows, 2 eyes of red and black staring at my very soul. Jesus. I'm sure it's nothing, though. Definitely not foreshadowing or anything. I'll try to rein it in. I hope so. It's not like you can leave the apartment and see a psychiatrist. I'm sure YouTube has plenty of videos on how to deal with strange demon people in your dreams. So what's next on the agenda? How about games? You clearly have a love for Slippy, so I assume you've played a few. Oh yeah, I definitely played Star Fox on the SNES. It was one of the first games I got for my SNES. That and Mega Man X. Which we'll get into more when we reminisce about the SNES. Right, that and the story of how I got mine. Is it as depressing as how you got your NES? Would you consider child exploitation and drug trafficking depressing? Yes. Then yes. Great. Can't wait to hear about it in a future episode. Personally, I only played a little of the first Star Fox game. My real time went into Star Fox 64. Oh, man, how I love destroying my cousins in that multiplayer. Yeah, I wrecked Oodle pretty hard in that multiplayer. He didn't stand a chance. That was one of the best things about the N64, but we'll talk about all that another time. It's kind of funny that how despite the first Star Fox game being so revolutionary, it seems that Star Fox 64 ended up being the gateway into the franchise for so many kids. Yes, I have a lot of love for the first game myself, but I did play it on the N64 first. Such a great game. We could probably do a whole episode on that game alone. Definitely. The gameplay was so rock solid. Not to mention those sweet battles with Star Wolf. So much fun. Agreed. For those of you that are unaware, Star Wolf is the rival mercenary group in the game. This group consists of Wolf O'Donnell, who's a wolf, Leon Powalski, the chameleon, the pigman known as Pigma Dengar, and the nephew of the evil Andros himself, Andrew Oikeny. Fun fact, Pigma was a member of the original Star Fox team along with Peppy Hare and Fox's father, James McCloud. Yes, but he would betray the team to Andros. James McCloud was able to create a distraction, however, seemingly sacrificing himself to save Peppy. Such a bitch. Agreed. So, what else did you play, Oodle? Did you play Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube? No, I never got into that one. I had the chance to play it once, but a buddy of mine told me it was crap, so I just chose not to think for myself and just took his word for it. How about you? Hey, I tried. I just couldn't get into it. If I wanted to play a Zelda game, I would have just played a Zelda game. How about Star Fox Command? That was pretty good. It was okay. A little too short for my liking. That and its sequel, Star Fox Assault, were both just pretty lackluster to me. How about Star Fox Zero? Oh, yeah, that was horrible. Those Wii U controls were horrendous. The game was absolutely unplayable. And that Starlink game, it wasn't even a Star Fox game. It was just some game that had Star Fox bonus characters in it. Tell us how you feel, Bosh. The best Star Fox game that we can hope for at this point is Smash Brothers. See, I called it from the beginning of the episode. You don't really like the Star Fox series. If I hadn't barrel rolled your ass, you probably would have just turned this into a smear campaign against Slippy. That's not it at all, Oodle. I'm just disappointed. Look at us. We're both beast people of some sort. We don't seem to get many heroes in the gaming space. It's all about humans and their religious, political, and sexual problems. We beast creatures rarely get the spotlight. Star Fox should have been one of our best, and so many of his games are just lackluster. Not a hater, just disappointed. I had actually intended to rip into the series at the beginning, but I decided it would just be counterproductive to do so. We've had some good ones, Bosh. I mean, Sly Cooper, Sonic the Hedgehog, Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank. I know, but if you look at all those, they're just so far and in between, it seems. When I played Star Fox for the N64, it was the greatest thing I'd ever seen. It was so cool. Then it just felt like I watched one crappy game come out after another, and it just, I don't know, sucked. Wow, Bosh, I guess you have a deeper love for the franchise than I realized. Sorry, I didn't mean to get all sentimental there. I'm sure the fans will appreciate seeing your softer side. It's good to let them know you're not such a pompous jerk all the time. Thank you? So I guess you're kind of bummed then that the movie they were talking about's not really panning out? Yeah, it seems to be in a state of limbo from what I've read. Sure, there's some interest on Nintendo's part, and that guy Gary Whitta that did, Rogue One, wants to write it, but it just doesn't look like it's going anywhere at the moment. Isn't Nintendo working on an anime? If one good thing did come from Star Fox Zero, was that sweet short anime film they did for it. From what I understand, yes, they announced they were working on something back in 2017, but not much seems to have come from it since then. I'm sure this COVID bullshit isn't helping. It's a shame it's taking so long for that to happen. That little movie they did for Star Fox Zero was such a great proof of concept. Agreed. Say, Oodle, I don't see much there in your notes for your associated weirdness segment, although your notes do look more like scribbles that vaguely look like Slippy, and is that Cthulhu? Does that have to do with those strange dreams of yours? Oodle? Do you hear me? Oodle! Huh? What? I'm talking to you. Oh, sorry. Guess I zoned out there for a second. What were you saying? I was asking if you had anything for associated weirdness. Oh, yeah, I got a little bit of something. Not too crazy this time. Let's play the thing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Alrighty, folks. Not a lot really to go over with this one. I couldn't find a lot of controversial stuff, but what I did find was the story of Star Fox 2, the sequel to the first Star Fox game on the SNES. Yes, Star Fox 2, the game that seemingly threatened the existence of the Nintendo 64. So, for those of you that don't know, Star Fox 2 was the completed sequel for the first game that was canceled after it was already done. Nintendo focused on the N64 at that time and didn't want Star Fox 2 to, I guess, embarrass them and make the N64 seem irrelevant, I guess. Yeah, it's not like it would have hampered the system at all. It's not like the N64 had some of the greatest games of all time on it. Hindsight is 20/20, Bosh. I guess so. You ever get a chance to play that one? No, I wish I had, though. It had battle arena stuff, interior ground-based stuff, more characters, and an overworld map of the Corneria system that lets you go to whatever planet you wanted. It looks like so much fun. They did end up just ripping some of that stuff, though, for Star Fox 64, like the all-range mode arenas and the Landmaster tank portions. Such a shame. I'm sure that game would have sold very well. They did, however, release it on the NES Classic, so if you wanted to check it out and shell out $230, you can find it on Amazon, people. Hey, do you think the anonymous man might buy us one? Okay, Bosh. No. Sorry, that was just really funny. Oh, man. You got anything else? Not really. There was some canned Virtua Boy game and a Star Fox-like Dynasty Warriors game, but that's about it. Oh, yeah. A Warriors game almost sounds like a good idea, but doesn't make a lot of sense. I can't imagine Fox or Falco running around on ground just murdering mindless goons. Yeah, that's pretty much why they canned it. Well, Oodle, I think we've gone over enough to call it a day. You got anything else you want to add before we get out of here? Nope, I'm good. Just gotta figure out what these dreams have been about. Yeah, they're clearly becoming a problem. Do you think it's something similar to when your eyes turn inside out? No, this feels different, like I'm being watched or something. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out. If not, I guess it just means you're defective and the anonymous man will have to sell you off for that science money. Don't say that! You can't replace me, I'm the backbone of the show. I'm just messing with you. Anyways, thank you everyone for listening to this week's episode. We'll be dropping a clue on Instagram this week for the next episode, so keep an eye out for that. Until then, keep spreading that good word of nerd, everybody. And by word, we mean please share our podcast. Bye, everybody! Alright, Oodle, that wraps it up. I'm going out in my squirrel suit for a bit, so stay off Pornhub and don't delete our recording again. I'm not going to go on Pornhub, and I won't try editing the podcast on my own again. Go have fun in your precious little squirrel suit. Alrighty, I'm out of here, Oodle. Time to go bury some nuts. Oh man, gotta figure out what these dreams are about. Oh, my head. Oh, why is this happening?